you might have bumped into Kurt or my YouTube Rewind meme and realized that this channel is not owned by him. It's owned by this pretty face. Well, if you dig a little bit deeper, then she disappears. But that's fine. Just a bunch of covers in this channel. She has, however, not only original music, but her own band. That kind of makes her less relevant because her band is different name. Right? She's not doing it as a solo artist. And that's cool. That's cool that people sometimes recognize they need help, but it doesn't seem like she pumps out more music or her music is outstanding quality. Technically, it's great. I have 4 songs in my playlist. Her newest song, Blindfolded, also made it in. It's really good. But 4 technically is good, but still average when you reach that high level. At the level she's in, 2300, it's kind of average. Alright, maybe after the investigation, listening to all the songs, dating, virtual dating, we're gonna do that, obviously. I'll explore every single corner that she has to offer. And have I mentioned, I believe she has my personality. We match. I can call her sister now. So it makes it much more interesting. And not exactly sure what triggered me to explore. But I know why I chose her today is simply I gotta do something. Alright? I just gotta do something. Tomorrow is a big day. I'll have to do the review of the month, and it's Friday, alright? So I have to play Hearthstone. It's actually like, there's a lot of card game material this week, and it's not gonna stop there because Hearthstone is releasing new expansion and all that, so I have to keep track of that. CC doesn't stand for anything for me, it's just, I noticed CC is her initials, and, well, the current also has a C. That's cool. Her band has a C, but then A, and then I don't care. But let's just dive in, see what we can find, see what the vibe is, how much music she has. There's more, alright? There's the 3rd channel, or like even 4th one, because like Good Music holds her music as well. I want to see if Good Music actually got infiltrated as well. It would be funny because I never really investigated, so let's see. Yep. Completely hijacked. So everyone wants to see her face, but potentially like 50 or 20 or 80% of people can't find her actual channel. I would imagine. Well, we'll see. Because, like, I don't know. Is she getting good enough views? 700k? What is the latest song of this channel? No, she's getting fine. Because these, nobody wants to listen to covers. And it's great that she has original songs. Doesn't, again, just because you have a band, you're not gonna make more songs. As a solo artist, independent artist, yes, you can be independent, but still someone has to do your music, right? But when you have a band, you can be like fully independent. It's kind of crazy. So I want to explore everything. Maybe including this channel as well. All the covers, everything, bro. There's another channel, which is Filled by Ramen, actually has her original songs too, and it's kind of weird. She's trying to promote herself. She did not infiltrate. There's no way. That is impossible, alright? That, this channel belongs to something else, some, like, old music. And, I'm pretty sure she stopped trying to promote herself here, I would imagine, but not long time ago. Doesn't show up for a long time, 20 21 pilots, whatever, right? Let's type in Chrissy here. No, current. So 4 years ago, how much more? Acoustic session, so... Alright. 4 songs in here. So probably should start here because it's a good place to start. Yeah, so... I'm doing great. I'm doing great, by the way. When I review the month, I'm like getting like 20% boost on the highest peak. We're still our channel is still growing. My skills are still getting better. You know, I clean shit up, get better, you know. Establish myself, get more recognition, respect for keeping it up. But we're gonna review that tomorrow, so alright. I'll start with the date and these 4 songs. Now, she's linked to Listal. Listal is my best choice for virtual date. And if some people laugh, like, virtual dating is nothing new. Like, there's games, including, like, Honey Pop. This thing right here. And it includes a plethora of other games where people just fall in love with anime girls and anime characters. So this is nothing new, bro. And I have done this many times now. But every single time I like take it a little bit more seriously. And this probably is going to be one of the most serious cases. Because again, I need to know my sister. I'll get to know myself better that way. That's how it works. I can summon all sisters technically, just because I found them. Please don't forget. What is the last one? Oh, the best one as well. There you go. Oh, highly already? 24th place is in the council. Purple. I didn't know. She made it. Well, what's Chrissy's? 45th place. So it would be interesting to see how it changed from 45th place. Alright, let's go, baby. There's only 1,000 pictures, but she's not like a relevant celebrity. I'm not sure what her background is, but again, she was able to infiltrate all these channels and make herself relevant that way. That's how I discovered her to begin with. And discovered this anomaly, and I had to figure out if she has more to offer. So again, there's a lot of filters. Just because she infiltrates a channel doesn't mean all the people that like her is gonna follow her. You know, and boost her channel, make that relevant. Hopefully this video helps a little bit to someone to discover her. That's cool. Let's go, baby. I was so scared, like, there was no music for, like, 5 seconds. I was like, are my headphones not working? What's happening? That was so fucking scary, bro. Or annoying type of scary. It's like, what? It is scary, like, if my stuff doesn't work, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know why I didn't put this song in my playlist. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm not gonna say Strangers again. Fuck it. I don't want to mix shit up either. Until I'm super confident. So 5 songs. Now it's, I would say it's above average. Way above average is 8 songs. Just now it's way above average. Now it's like a person that puts up really good music very often. And you can't ignore it anymore. I often praise Ava Max. But she doesn't actually appear in the playlist that much. 1, 2, 3, well, 6. Yeah, that's not bad. I didn't expect I put the first 2 songs, but yeah, probably knew AOMX for a long time now. And was very excited about that Psycho thing. Anyway, let's keep going. She's actually the size of the height of Ari. Very similar. Ari's actually shorter. You look at her like a small creature, you know. And it's kind of amusing her to do exercise. Like, does it matter? Like, she sometimes flashes that she has kind of almost abs or whatever. I honestly don't care. You're a small creature. You're not gonna flex that. All right. It's the same way. It's almost like saying, "Oh, Ari is actually black" when she had a tan, and now she doesn't have a tan, and you can flex something about that. I don't know, bro. It's kind of pointless. Staying in shape is cool, but you know, it's kind of annoying to see her do a bunch of mirror photos. You get injected the dose of loneliness for sure, and I don't want to see that because I am constantly alone. But I've seen like Sniper Wolf do the same thing. It's not uncommon. Yeah, here we go. Let's go get some abs, bro. Is that flexible? Is that cool? Can she beat up some dudes now? She can defend herself or something? I'm sure it's useful in some cases. I don't know, bro. It's just the real question is how much time you waste doing that. And the real thing you should be flexing that you were able to fix this fucking mirror photo pattern basically that you're stuck in. And I think this pattern's still going on strong. Her latest appearance is pink hair. State of pink hair. And it came back recently. I don't really care unless she dresses all pink or wears pink ties, but that's just my preference, guys. She would break the internet, though. It's cool. It's cool. What else we can find besides this weird pattern? It's annoying pattern with the mirror photos because often enough you're almost hiding your face. Luckily, she have mastered. You put the phone in the side. Wow. But there's a lot of times where she hides her face with that. Or other people do the same thing. And it's so annoying. It literally just ruins the photo. That's literally the point. It's like, it's you. I need identification. Face ID, bro. I also believe she's doing streaming. I remember some post on Instagram inviting or notifying or whatever. I don't care about streaming, unfortunately. It would be cool to peek around, but I have other material to look at that's way better than just a girl sitting and interacting with or doing random things. I don't know, bro. It's boring. Especially, you know, often enough when you actually get to know the real person and not the artist, the real person is kind of cringe. Alright? You would see me in reality, maybe it wouldn't actually be that way, but it's very likely I would just turn into cringe or be very uncomfortable with other people. So it's like, I don't want to see streaming. Streaming makes you uncomfortable. And even if you master it, it's still weird. It's still weird because now you have this skill that's kind of cool. But you might be a worse artist because of that, which is weird, right? But I acquired skill, I'm supposed to be better. Sure, I'll think about it, alright? I'll think about it. It's always lovely to see any artist go into the shadows and or feel like they're in the shadows. But if you have resources, you're not outsider. You cannot call yourself outsiders. We are outsiders. No. Technically, her band could feel like shadow people because they don't get nothing, bro. No recognition because it's impossible. It doesn't matter. It's always the vocalist that gets it, or if you're part of the song, you get the recognition. So it's a tough one, but again, I like to be recognized. I live in the shadows. I feel like an outsider, and it does get better if you recognize one simple thing. You just have to survive, and you can do pretty much whatever the fuck you want, because no one is there to judge you or change your behavior. As long as you can cut off the ties from people that are abusing you, because you still gonna have that. People still gonna shit on you when they see you, or dislike you, because it's a natural response to people, to strangers, basically. Stranger to everyone. And you are strange as a person. You won't be able to actually sustain yourself in a way and present yourself in a way that is normal anymore. You just won't be able to. So people can recognize you, that you live in the shadows, that you're an outsider. They just can't recognize how much power you have. So potentially they will not try and poke holes and attack you unless you do something stupid and just become a target yourself. Say something wrong, do something wrong. Do something awkward, right? Just go your way, do your thing. This is why going outside is very annoying, which is funny because outsiders, it's like I'm supposed to go outside. This is 7 years ago. I mean, this recognizing or talking about shadows in this age. I believe Chrissy's my age as well. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let's finish this and move on to the next channel. I'll check the covers then, and then the final round is her original music. This is original, it's just not a lot. I just want to get it out of the way as fast as possible. Filled by ramen. Again, I hate the reference. You better fucking call it fueled by bread, alright? Because ramen is at least twice as expensive as bread. At least. Very likely it's 3 or 4 times more expensive. And people think not only you can be fueled by ramen. By the way, ramen is ramen. You can make soup out of it. Soup is always good, especially for thirsty people. But the real power of bread is that you can make sandwich with anything. It's like mini pizza. You can add anything on top. With soup, yes, you can add anything on top, but it's not gonna be cooked. It's not gonna feel like a part of the soup unless you cook the thing, and it just removes the purpose of the whole thing. Alright? Where you just eat fast food, basically. Bread is also fast food. Like every fruit is. I fucking hate the name, but... And she couldn't hijack the channel, so I have to talk about it and hate on the name a little bit harder, okay? You must understand. Yeah, I'm not the only one who calls her Cece, okay? She herself did that, I think. I can imagine. So it's unchangeable now. And it seems fun. I actually did Didi as well, and BB. But, Dave Days actually still exist. The BB is not Not relevant. 0. I can just delete this, but what's the point? That was Baby Rexa, but like, doesn't actually make sense. You just do that. There's no AA or EE. Nope. These are kind of unique things. 2 cases, and both of them like come from just the YouTube algorithm. Alright? Fueled by YouTube. Yeah, technically, like, Chrissy, I think, exclusively works on YouTube and nothing else. And that makes her very different from other artists. Very different. Because I can't discover other artists that easily unless they have been manufactured by Disney and Nickelodeon. Or they're just ridiculously popular like Taylor Swift, man. Ridiculously. And, otherwise, it's very difficult to find. But this is a very interesting case where you can find it. It's not that hard because it is ridiculously popular, but because of YouTube algorithm, because you spend time here specifically and on some other websites, right? Also, if you don't like her like this, because she's trying very hard to make sounds, alright? She's trying. When she was making covers, that is. Right now, it feels like I didn't notice until now. Wait. I don't know, it sounds weird. It sounds like she's giving it all and sounds like a hamster, you know? Pay attention to me! But she's also a furry, so... Alright, she wins. Who dared not to vote this? Who dared not to upvote this? We have to find these people, man. 0 upvotes? It feels like the whole humanity is evil, but... I'll give you guys credit, alright? I'll give you guys credit. You did not discover Listel just yet. Please upvote this for me, okay? Furry. Now everyone likes her, okay? Because of this photo. Even if you don't like her voice that much, alright? Now you have no excuse. Prepare yourselves. Are you ready? Well, this is 10 years ago, so it's acceptable. I have a potato. Let me film myself on a potato. Hey, guys.
Scoot here. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Snoop Doob here. Oh my god. Potato man. Now it's embarrassing. She's embarrassing you. You might want to delete this one. Or re-record it. It's way better to redo something and then private the old video. I don't know. Or you can do it side by side even. You can be creative. But Potato? And now it's a meme. Now everyone's gonna call him Potato Man. Good Potato Man. Good Potato though. Good music? No, bro. Not that one. How is it good music? You can't say good music. You're making covers, bro. It's something else. I don't know what it is, but it's not music. Covers is not music, unfortunately. Covers is like trying to walk around copyright strike or whatever. Some bullshit like that. Trying to be relevant. Trying to do music work without doing actual music, you know? Because that's hard. It's much easier to be a parrot and repeat whatever other people did. Way easier, bro. I would imagine there's some covers that actually are more popular than the original. I would want to know if Chrissy made it a song that actually is more popular because of her cover. I don't know, bro. It would be interesting. But most of the time, it's the other way around. The normal way. So I wouldn't imagine what to even click on to try and find. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try, guys. That's a hard job to double check how many views the cover has versus original. But if you can find it, I guess you get some dollars for that. I don't know, bro. Yeah, making covers is just like letting AI generate just generate the song 100%. You don't even touch the lyrics, you don't touch the music. It's literally just AI generated. That's the equivalent of what cover is to music. All right? You just repeated, you showed your skills, but you're still in the waiting room to make actual original music that you own as well. That's also important. Nobody said it was easy? Yeah, I see it right now. This has gotta be the thumbnail. I just need to know how to fill this space. This is kind of what I wanted to begin with. It's so stupid, bro. Because of her hair, obviously. And it kind of stands out. Like, no one really walks around with pink hair. Unironically. No one does that. I haven't seen that. So that's done. But I probably need to check Instagram too, because it's also low score. What is that? White rabbit completed? No, it's a big white rabbit, guys. I checked this song as well, because it's sandwiched inside, so I had to. What is my competition, bro? This is against the current as well. This is against the current. But I think those two lines is it. Okay, there's here. Okay, I'll add them in, but that's it. I still don't know if I can play this shit. They have their own license? I don't understand, bro. Of a cover? How does that work? Anyways, let's double check. So, we need to do math, but not really. Something like that. 23 exactly. So, link list all. That is double the amount of points now. Bam. She's almost 24 already. And list all got bumped. Almost to 14,000. Is Instagram okay? I know Pinterest already at 14,000, but it's actually pissing me off with all the weird updates and stuff. Pinterest is trying to evolve, and usually evolutions don't go very well. But you never know. It might be a historic moment. Pinterest could invent a new cool feature that I'll be using religiously. So Listal is actually like catching up right now because of this weird thing. I'm impressed, but we have to let it go. Get out of here and summon Instagram thingy. Restart. Let's go. Second date, I guess? I don't know, bro. It's all one big date. Yeah, here you go. The new age Chrissy. Still playing with a mirror, kind of. What is that? It's weird, like she has a band, so like one of them could just keep floating around like a portable camera, dude. Alright. Oh shit, I just quit the channel because you set up a playlist, and if you escape it, it's game over. Alright, so let's do this one. You gotta do the shortcut, man. Gotta click on them buttons. Technically, this is a sandwich, so I'll take that. That also seems like a sandwich. Just bonus points if I can help myself, I'll take that. And that's it. 9 selections, okay. Kurt. I'm not too excited about covers at all. But we gotta get that filler content, man. While we distract ourselves with something else entirely. This is because she's a furry, you can't send hate comments necessarily if you don't like her. But you can send comments for this, alright? Behavior, alright? Reckless behavior. This is reckless, dude. My face recognition recognize it's good outfit, no face. What do I do? Technically, AI can fix this and remove the fucking phone, but it's probably still gonna look ugly. I don't know. But look how much data there is of her face. I'm sure AI can fix this. That's why we need AI, guys. I actually don't care. Not very powerful Instagram, just like I initially evaluated. But this time, it goes to 20, which is exactly the same? Oh. So I guess I can't complain then. Bam! 30 more points for CC. And same to Instagram, okay. Get out of here, no need. What do we do now? I have to think about it. Alright, so that's done. So again, still don't know exactly what to do past this point. But we're gonna have original music, and tons of it. This is where the journey really hits the floor. And as always, there's lyric videos, I imagine. There's music videos. There's some crap. Repetitive. I like it that way, somehow it's buried. The new music is basically buried. She was only getting recognition. Like, everything goes down. Everyone's YouTube channels are going down in relevance, and it's really painful to look at. But it is what it is, man. And also, you couldn't possibly notice, but like, I feel terrible. What happened? Oh, I took a pill of medication. That's all that matters. And now I feel awful. And it's very consistent too. You take a pill, oh shit. I'll definitely have to make medication as bullshit video. Level 2. Because this is so unacceptable, but I literally don't know what to do. You can get in trouble for this. And that's not gonna be cool. They will just enforce trouble onto you and force feed medication. And then you will have no escape. And you will never see the light of day, dude. The shit that I have to deal with because I pushed an old woman. Now they want to kill me. My mom is pretty much dead from medication. I don't know how she would look like if she was allowed to be normal. It's not like she did anything crazy, but she got entangled into consent for medication. It's like, the real question is, what is the agenda? What are they trying to do? Obviously, if we both killed, they get our stuff, you know? But, if you're doing bad things to other people, is like, you're risking a lot more. Anyways, there's a little bit of a theme, some weird shit, like voices. I don't know. I forgot what it means. Where's the fucking Oasis? Right, this one. Maybe it relates somehow? Yeah, this is so weird. The biggest side effect is that I sleep and feel like shit. I sleep very long, I feel like shit. And I go to bed, I just straight up go to sleep. As if I'm always sleepy. It's unbelievable. Too bad I can't make the video for tomorrow, but at the same time I will think about this for a long time and record. Usually it lasts like 3 days. It's not just you lost 1 day, like 3. 1 pill. Only poison can do that. It's unbelievable. And it's weird for her to sing about voices. I have heard voices once, and that was the trigger to put me in that situation. But in the end, I'm earning money. All I have to do is survive. Is just crazy. Because the system is going to be washed away, changed. The AI's coming in. It's almost like AI gods. I have to pray for them to change the world. It is that bad. Everything has to be destroyed. Bullshit has infected everything you know. Your friendships, the government system, which includes schools and other kinds of help, and just taxation, filing, and recording things, like enlisting you into military, because they can do that. Why would we need that? Well, we do need to self-defend, of course. But which people should we pick? Randomly. Random. We don't care. It's really bad. And people like losing patience easily. When something shady's happening, they can just come together because they have collectively lost it. It's crazy, bro. And I'll have to talk about it. Well, CC, please. Please. Save me from feeling bad. Distract me now. Because it's terrifying. By the way, you have heard the cover version of her. But when you have a band, you kind of want to do rock music for some reason. As if it's very important to express yourself in an angry way, but that's an earth person, okay? That's why we kind of relate. I get angry. I wouldn't do rock music, though. It's kind of weird. And yes, we're gonna be playing this shit. Because I don't know what else to do. Yeah, just a sample. In this song, she also says that she's hearing voices or some bullshit like that. Wait, not this one. No, it is this one. So it didn't switch. I want to find that part again. It's annoying. That part is like the most annoying part of her channel in general. The theme of hearing voices, like, what? Well, what do you mean, though? I can't interpret it in normal means. I'm sorry, bro. Naming voices in your head? What? Is there lyrics? Voices. I'm naming. Okay. So she doesn't just hear, also names them. Yeah, cool. That's still really weird. And it throws me off, man. It's like, yeah, I did do that, but like, it just went away. What is she hearing? And technically it's probably just like social pressure, or like a metaphor for that, where you hear other people pressuring you that you do hear voices, dude. You are weird or some bullshit like that. You soak, but for a girl like that to soak in some feelings like that. But maybe that's the unique feature of being a YouTuber. I don't know. I don't know nothing, bro. This is some weird shit. But yeah, if you like read the comments and they're negative somehow. Back on the same song, even though I went through like 16 now. And getting another chunk of 8. But this one like stands out. Just stands out as weird. And it probably has been recommended to me too many times. It's weird. I think like Earth people, the smart ones of the world, when you're born wanting to be knowledgeable and just do cool things, just to come up with things, be a leader and stuff like that. But you can get easily destroyed by the voices, by people not only putting pressure, but kind of telling you what to do, complaining and all that stuff. And in her case, like in every celebrity's case, they want to appeal to the audience as much as they can. I don't know if acknowledging this in such way is a good idea. And I think like her original music just kind of flops. It's weird. Her covers are more popular than her original music, which is, it's unbelievable in a way. But like back in the day, we would listen to covers, I guess. I never really did that. I never really listened to any music besides like techno or nightcore, something that technically doesn't have an artist. And in a way, that was like a way to not get entangled into any of these. I looked into artists in general as like, oh, I don't care. I don't care if they make music. I'll just subscribe to Cyrex that uploads music every day, all kinds of. And I'll find what I like. Because it doesn't really matter in the end, most of the time. But then I realized, wait, music also has personality, and you can get to know a person, and maybe you can go somewhere from there and play around with that personality. Summon a ghost. I don't know. It's cool stuff. Yeah. It brings a question of like how a leader should behave. Should they listen to what people have to say or not? And the answer is, you try to convince them, but you try to let them go. But most importantly, you don't stare at the mirror and try to remember what people have said all the time. You try to let that go. But some words always sink in and you start getting into a loop of thinking. But this is just you trying to solve a problem. And usually when you get in the loop of thinking, it's fine. It's just people gonna judge you for that as well, as like you're overthinking things. No. I need to think until I solve a goddamn problem. Because if I don't solve a problem, I'm not really a leader, because now I have doubts whether I should keep moving forward. Now I have doubts. Alright? And the problems, this is the actual work of leadership, is to listen to these voices, to opinions, of to other people's feelings as you're moving forward. But right now, the real question is, how the fuck is she a leader? What is she doing, right? She's just some fragile creature with pink hair. I mean, and sort of attractive, but well, attractive enough and has enough good music, and you combine it together, it's great. And knowing that like she's kind of independent for the most part, I mean, there's a lot to appreciate here. The problem is, it's very hard to understand what the meaning of the music is. Besides that, she might be angry, but in this case, we cracked it. So we cracked this quite well. Cracking is not exactly to like understand what she felt and what she thought and why the music was created. I can't possibly understand that. I just have to be able to make this meaningful, right? So we can just, I could try evaluate after I crack a song if there's something. So I would listen to every single word. Go away, Hearthstone. Oh my god, Hearthstone is so terrible. It's so terrible. I can't believe it. I can barely build one deck. And I still get abused. Regardless. Oh my god. The pain, the suffering. Let's keep going. Okay, evaluation. See, I live in the opposite spectrum. I wouldn't sing about voices, I would sing about silence. See, that's the cool extremes. Live in shadows or be a pop star, man. That's it. So technically I should, like, try and flip every single song where she gets a lot of attention and I don't, in case I won't understand normally. But how would I not? Only now I figure this out? Well, no, not really. I just figure out that the opposite is also true for me. The silence. There's no voices, man. I imagine it is crazy, bro. It is crazy. The moment you open up the comment section, what you see, man. But it's not even that, right? As a social person, you can have a terrible experience, and it's weird. Most fans are very protective of their idols. That's cute. They can't protect themselves from me, though, if I decide to come out. Yeah. But at least I understand the power of people talking and saying certain things, and it gets pretty fucking deep. Even just a few lines. But the reason why it's so powerful, it's because the conversation never really ended properly. It just got cut off. You both dislike each other. And now you get tormented. It's crazy. Alright. Let's see what else we can find. Alright, fireproof. I literally can't make up the lyrics. It's too complicated. You lit a foot's fuse. Thought I'd burn too. Alright. I won't be the cure for the scars you have earned. Yeah, it's quite interesting because I talk about fire personalities and other types, and this is so annoying that again it just bleeds out. Like she's talking about fire in general, and she's talking about not trying to cure, not trying to spend time with fire people, because that would be a terrible idea, right? I still don't know exactly the dynamic. You can spend time with anyone, but seemingly the person is hostile and fireproof. See, what does that mean for a heart to be fireproof, right? Most of the time, you have one personality and that's it. Maybe you can try and act that you don't, but you still do. And potentially the only way to protect yourself is with other people. For me, because I live in shadows and I am completely alone, when I go outside, I can't I can just be looking for trouble. I have to do my thing the best I can. It doesn't matter what I do, what I would train myself at, uh, unless there's always little things you can do. But I never really tested that, and I was never able to get out of the shadows. So I would imagine heart that's fireproof. That's cool. That's a cool way to say it because heart is interconnected to things. So if you attack one person, someone else is gonna defend her. You know, you thought I would burn. I'll just bitch about it to some other person. I'll just oversnitch, man. A person who thinks they control the situation. Now, I got in a lot of trouble with my dad because my dad is a fire person. So if I made him angry, he would go into rage and start destroying things, which does immediate impact to my life. All right. He cut off internet access to try and intimidate me. He misunderstands me. He gets drunk. He smokes. He's just a ridiculously toxic person that just makes no sense to be around with. And eventually, I annoyed him so much. He tried to hide my laptop. Again, a form of destruction and control, basically. And eventually, the next week, I believe, it got so heated up, he just destroyed it. He just smashed it apart. Who cares, right? So, reckless bullshit behavior, and if you play with fire, that you will activate that rage mode. And I didn't had any help. I was not fireproof, unfortunately. I was not like able to just move when things getting out of control. Uh, but the aftermath is that he had to go to court and repay for the laptop. I just kind of vaguely told people what was the worth of the laptop, but I probably lost all my files too. I don't know if I tried to recover my files, and there's probably something valuable in there. I'm sure, but at this point, who cares? I just moved on. Uh, it's a terrifying process, and it took me a long time to recover. I bought a shitty laptop, then a slightly better one. I started working on my project, so I felt like, oh, I just buy an even better one, potentially. And I even bought a computer, but even that was a little bit sketchy because the moment I realized I was still on fire, I had to escape UK because the rent is ridiculous, and you're just stuck working. I thought I was able to just live there forever, but when I thought about it, like I'm losing jobs, and essentially no one is gonna hire me. I just have to escape somehow. But the first thing to escape with is like, oh, death, I guess. Death is a good way to escape. So, yeah, fireproof. And I got fireproof actually, which is very funny, by a water person, which is my mom. Now I'm sitting here next to her, and technically our dynamic is ridiculously powerful. So now I am fireproof now. Now for sure. Now I can't deny that. So that's quite a story from me. I found meaning in the song in just one word that was reinforced in the song that it's like, yeah, that's what you're doing. I wish Selena was fireproof, by the way. Wouldn't have to say lose you to love me, right? No, she is fireproof because that is the most popular song right now, I guess, that she made. Right? I have doubts that it's the most popular, but let's just pretend. Pretend that it blew up because she's kind of making another Justin Bieber roast. It's like, oh, actually, I'm fireproof, but I will still care about you for weird reasons, because I'm bored or whatever. Because I got brain damage. I don't know. But the lyric where she says like, "You set fire to my forest," it's probably the most vivid lyric she made, like memorable. Set fire to my forest, Mr. Bieber. Now you have to regrow your forest. What are you gonna do, bro? So because I found that much meaning, I have to evaluate this one too. Maybe it works out. I don't know. It did. Her music doesn't sound good. Just the rock vibe or punk or whatever. I will always call it rock if there's somewhat heavy instrumental stuff going on. So I don't need too many categories. I haven't heard too many categories to begin with, and we just don't need. Like, gaming has a few categories. Minecraft isn't a weird one, but I would say like open world. Open world allows you to do a lot of things. People want to say Minecraft is sandbox. Fuck it, open world. Then maybe RPG. If there's a ridiculous amount of leveling up elements, you can have puzzles. You can have racing. Shooters. There's not a lot. Beyond this point, it's not a lot. Would I put Among Us into a new game category? Fuck that shit, alright? Yes, there are social games, but they are fucking cringe right now. Absolute cringe. I wouldn't call it gaming, unfortunately. Social games. But so yeah, I just acknowledge 5 categories, and that's probably a similar amount of categories for music. So you have rock. I'm not gonna say metal. Basically, there's rap, metal, there's a bunch of garbage music that I would never listen to. Because it's just incoherent, and it's too strong of a music vibe, but incoherent in terms of the message. So it's just basically trash. A genre of trash. Okay, that's cool. Maybe country music goes in there as well, because like, where would I put country? It's such a weird vibe. I don't like it. So it's like a peculiar taste music, if you want to sugarcoat the name instead of trash. I don't know if Nightcore is a category. So, because, but there's almost like an underground pop, alright? A pop music that is not exactly popular, but sounds just like a normal piece of music. Or you could say normal, and then pop. And then where you go from here, I don't know. I don't care about hip hop, house. There's non-vocal music as well. Fifth category, non-vocal. And that's where I'm gonna stop. So, but I don't see much problems in people shouldn't be overly obsessed with new genres, new possibilities of music. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Yeah. It would be interesting. Like rock could be shadow music, normal music, as I say now, or underground pop is for normies. For you to like not worship your idols, but like be a normal person. You have encountered this music and that. Being normal means you actually have something to share. If you just say, "Oh, I like Ariana Grande music," everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, I know she exists. I can look it up if I want to. You don't have to try and convince me." You can say you like, but you can't really say as a normie that you listen to her a lot and you worship her. That is cringe. All right. And potentially pop is the for popular kids or for people who desperate need music like that in case they're going through bad time. I'm going through loneliness, which never really leaves me alone, so potentially the entire world is going through a bad time. Or just I'm like way too smart and I have too much to lose, so I feel very insecure. Whatever is going on, that's my choice, alright? My main choice. And I kind of left rock. I kind of started with rock. I kind of started with Linkin Park. And then Nightwish. Still kind of rock with more female vocals. So that was kind of a sweet thing. But then it evolved into like techno music. And found Nightcore eventually. And just found underground pop to be even better, or in a mix with Nightcore, pretty good stuff. And then finally achieved pop. So I have been making this transition. Very interesting. Let's keep going. It's just so inaudible music. I would love to hear a remake or even a remix. I wonder how it sounds like. Does remix exist in the first place for something like this? Because this is 4 million views. Normally you want to check for a remix if it's 50 million or more. 50 million is a good place for hope. But let's see what happens. Remix. Nightcore, I don't care. I just want to like hear clear, because like the rock background is just such a madness. I can't handle it. So as you can see, there's nothing. There is nothing. God damn it. There's like 2 song remixes. And I don't care about Legends Never Die, dude. I just don't care. What the fuck is this? That's funny. Against the Current is also a song. Yeah, there's no remixes, guys. We're screwed. In case I don't like how it sounds originally. Can't wait for people to have better tools, man, to do this shit. Yeah, when they sing covers and mix it in with actual original stuff, but you get it right here. You can just click this thing as well. And, alright, you have that. I will double check from their channel, because I'm not convinced. This is 3... Oh shit, it's so hard. 5... 12. 12. Is that it? Shit. Even if I type official, it's not gonna give me a result. 10? Really? What do you mean 10? Also, what about all these? The fuss. Yeah. That's where the idea comes from. I almost surprised me of like, well, I stole this idea and I'm like, oh wait. That exists? What a coincidence. What the fuck? But official, dude. Okay, that's how you do it. Official music video, official video. So is that? It's still like so fucking annoyingly not organized, right? These are music videos, alright, that's cool. Then you have Past Lives as album. But, when it comes to just straight up original stuff, I have to work on this myself. Technically, shit. I'll just click on whatever is original. As long as it doesn't... Official behind the scenes? What? What do you mean? I've never seen this. That's an interesting description. Fearless front woman. So fearless leader, technically. That happens to be a woman. Alright, that's cute. I mean, it is pretty fearless to make rock music. At such a young age as well. I love this one too, boys. Official cover video. That's some good shit, isn't it? Cover videos can be official, dude? I guess the official video. What? Oh man, I love this shit. Them trying to label. Music just getting labels like that. The best label for me would be just separate official with not official with the thumbnails. Color coded. You could wrap it up. You can give a little bit of a corner cut off. And you can even introduce people to what those corners means on the most popular songs. Official, and you can make like a green emoji or whatever. And then you never have to say official ever again. Because who fucking cares? I see corners, man. Yeah, you might need to tag official. But it's very difficult to navigate. Oh, man. That's a big problem. It's a YouTube problem. You can do both at the same time. But then you will quickly realize, is this official or is this doesn't belong in that category anymore? Probably not. So now we have two weird official things. Another official cover, guys. Are you excited? So even when I type official, I can't just click on everything. Gotta be more careful, man. They even ditched it on this album. The album In Our Bones. Or In Our Bones. And goddamn it, a lyric video now? because there is a music video. So everything is so confusing, it's so painful. Obviously, I'm sorting by most popular, and probably that's not a good idea. There's not that many uploads, by the way. It's all music related. She doesn't fool around. You can ignore that, I think. She made interviews. It's probably worth watching. But I have to do this after the music. So yeah, this is 6 years old album, but the newest one does have official audio. I don't even know how we got here until we realized, oh, we need to use official, because there's also unofficial things or spin-off things that other people are gonna make. So we need that word official. It's technically official if it's just on your channel, right? It's a weird one. And if it's in other people's channels, then yes, then then you might want to put a label that is like, it's their stuff. But it's such a weird, how do we got to this point, man? I didn't even talk about it, which is weird, but Earth people can't get mental illness. Earth people can just be left alone, and they have to like create mental illness, which they still don't have, technically, or create demons to interact with, because now they're left alone, and but they still have to train and put pressure on themselves as best as they know how, in case everyone rejects them, or they don't like anyone, because that's the situation I'm in. I have to put pressure on myself. I have to like waking up every day and doing something interesting, and I have the ability to do it. But it would feel ridiculously paralyzed if you just rejected so much that you like fear approaching people and trying things, or you could get in trouble for that. Because you never know, like, oh yeah, approaching a girl is no big deal, right? You just collect courage or whatever. But there's so many scenarios where it's nothing's gonna work out. I'm still keen to explore exactly all the scenarios, but like, one thing to keep in mind, oh, what if you become an ex? What if you become an intruder? Because I technically do that. I invade the relationships because I want to hold on to it if I get anything. Because everything grows technically. But the worst thing, well, yeah. And then you can get knocked out, or you get threats or whatever, and make new enemies in a way. If you invade someone else's relationship, or they treat you as an invader, so that's cool. And I can never normalize these things, but I just kind of noticed that everyone hates each other. It's just hard to tell, because I'm not a part of in their ecosystem, so I can't tell how much they can't possibly relate whatsoever. And the days when I had friends is over. Now I'm paralyzed. Well, no. Yes and no. I am stuck in my room, paralyzed. But, yeah. When you have a lot of problems, that's when you paralyzed. And most of the time, in this case, like, you shouldn't feel that way, right? You shouldn't have unlimited amount of problems where you can't just share those problems. It's just the economy of sharing things is the biggest problem right now, because it's kind of shut down or corrupted. And it's hard to tell why. Besides that, oh, we found technology, so we're just gonna sit in our rooms and not give a fuck whatsoever. And when we go outside, it's for weird reasons. It's not to find other people. Because the reality is we have to work a long time. Even when we have free days, we still have to work. And that's probably just unbelievable for most people. So nobody does that. Nobody has time for that. They earn their money and they think life is complete. I have completed the quest of life. I'm cool. Yeah, okay. You did your work. I have my computer. I have my keyboard. Everyone did their work. I have a shelter. What can I complain about? So I calm myself down thinking about that. It's like I have everything. And if they don't have me, it's cool. You're not gonna have brain. I sell brain, guys. So I am paralyzed, but I'm completely fine at the same time. Yep. And in a way, like, when I talk about myself, it's like my heart is trying to explain what she is kind of likely to be in a similar scenario. If she feels pain or whatever. I'm not exactly sure who writes these songs. I hope it's her. Because, like, the personalities match. So, and she sings it. So she has to fully express herself at the same time. And she has to sing to begin with. She has to put her vocals in. So as you write the music, you want to also make it feel that it's a good expression or yeah. And while she's in front all the time. So I don't know if I have any doubts on whether it's her music as well or not. I probably should like listen to an interview because I'm just too confused or speculating.
We've been talking about the obstacles facing women, people of color, and the LGBTQ community. But what about the other half of the equation?
Are you talking about us straight dudes?
You cis
Yeah, we're
people.
low-key trash. We're low-key trash. True. All right, cool. No, I'm kidding.
All right, which leads us to
Not all
our
of us.
next poll question. How do you think we should deal with it? We want to hear from you. What do you think is the best way to break?
That is so confusing. Well, we talked about this thing. Let's talk about that other thing that we have a poll for, but we don't actually explain what kind of barriers. What? This is some weird shit interview, bro. Chrissy seems comfortable talking weird words as well. I can't relate at all. It's not my world, man.
School curriculums.
They talk so much shit. That means nothing.
Communities as much. Maybe you were in this bubble, but with all of the amazing resources on the internet, the onus is really on you
That's the hard
to be
part.
educated. You know, like no one's
About what? What are you guys talking? I can't catch the meaning for like
going
2
to
minutes.
spoon feed you. It's
Right.
not in the school curriculums
Exactly.
yet.
Right.
Understanding how not to be rude. You know.
How not to be rude and not offensive. I will never understand that. You know. Because it's very fucking complicated. And you cannot even learn it by heart. And you can't even find resources how to not be rude. Especially when you want to be rude so badly in order to just express yourself. The coolest thing would be like you sit down on interviews and you break down your music. What does it mean? What kind of music? Or just, I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. This is a really fucking crazy thing. When you get interviewed, you should have material, papers prepared, or just bring out your tablet and it's like, I'm prepared to answer these questions. They can decide which questions not to ask, but like, I'm prepared to explain this, and that. This is what I care about. You can, if you know how the show works, you can sort of prepare yourself, and you should be able to know. Prepare yourself. What questions appropriate for the show or whatever. So you don't even have to show it. And I'm surprised that no celebrity does that. No celebrity just prepares. Like, it's as if it's such a difficult thing. If you want to talk about something, then you talk. But otherwise, you're just being sucked into an interview. It's not really that interesting to watch. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro.
Yeah.
And give the resources.
As a work.
They keep talking, but like, what are they talking about? What problem are they trying to solve, man? Holy shit, it's hard. Alright, the interviewer leaves to look at a music video. Is that inspired? Is that the voices? Okay. What is that? What happens after they listen to that?
Them nice and tight.
Yes.
There's a little.
Oh,
What
yeah.
barriers?
Some barriers are good, like the barriers between bathroom stalls.
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's keep those.
Let's
Yes,
keep
keep
it.
them.
And keep them nice and tight.
Obstacles facing... Oh my god. So, I literally show you guys from here and... Wow. I don't get it. I do not get it. And what kind of problems you're trying to solve when, like... You're not the... You have to amplify... The only way to break barriers is to... Not education. Not whatever these fucking words mean. Personal advocacy. You... Technically, this is as close as it gets. Allyship. Because you want a person to... care about your problems and try and give you solutions. Technically, it's your personal thing to do. But what the fuck are we solving here? I'm getting confused still. I just know that friends can build you up, give you courage, let you do certain things, encourage you to do certain things, give you opportunities if they find it, you know. Sharing opportunities is like one of the most powerful things that we just threw into the trash bin. It's like, who cares? I have entertainment, I have job, no opportunity needed. Who cares, man? What if I lose my job if I start chasing opportunities? What if I lose my mind if I chase opinions? Opinion is opportunity potentially to happen, but obviously most people anonymous on the internet, they have too much power over you. They can throw their opinion and just run away, right? So you have to understand some self-defense mechanism versus opinion. And it's not easy. I have infinite amount of time, so I can just sit down. Someone typed in an emoji, and I can just write 2 lines, a response to an emoji, dude. Of how awkward it feels to get emojis. I don't know. But at some point, I will start to get offended, and then be like, can you not do that? Or at some point, I'll just have to ignore it. The worst case scenario. Alright, so, but the problem is, like, they talk to this dude, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. When did they started talking about breaking barriers, bro? And the funny thing is, breaking barriers is in the end of the video. What? Now I want to watch the whole thing because I'm that fucking confused. I can't even imagine, like, what barriers? I still don't get it. Barriers. What, if someone is gay, they want to break the barrier and turn me into gay as well? Is this some kind of zombie apocalypse? that they're discussing as popular kids. Like, we have to break all the barriers. There's a door. A zombie wants to go through the door. Let's break the door. That's the vibe. And I'm not into that shit, okay? Don't break the barriers, bro. There is ice, plenty of ice to talk about, because it causes silence, ridiculous silence between people. And I don't think it's a barrier. But hopefully, that's the best case scenario. They're talking about silence, and the good case scenario is that, or the bad case scenario is that they just literally invading people's privacy, because whatever, right? Whatever. Invading people's privacy, breaking down society. Because all this women and LGBTQ rights. Women operate in a very weird way. They maintain society and societal connections. And technically, the worst thing that can happen to society is like, women are so like self-sustained, and they have just a few guys laying around in society. They can reject millions upon millions. Like, just go to war, guys. We don't need you anymore. Fuck that. We're in control. We can have as much sex and attention as we want. I don't care, bro. You built this town? You built this city? I don't care. We can kind of maintain it, I guess. But it's a bad thing to do, to behave like that, because then the war is on you. And right now, I'm kind of sitting in that position where I don't like women. Whatever women tease us with that's it. There's nothing deeper than that. Alright? And well, I can see that through the interview and the problems they're trying to solve here without actually even addressing nuances or whatever. Or it's just all abstract bullshit. But I want to know more, because now I'm confused. I don't like being confused. Oh, marginalize is my behavior towards other races. Insignificant. A concept is insignificant. What the fuck is peripheral now? Oh my god, very complicated stuff, man.
Start being out.
Starts for me, this is something I've always
I represent as a female, and wow, people care about that, and it's like, fuck off, man. This is such a surface level garbage. I didn't even give a fuck, man. It is a little weird that she's surrounded by dudes and that she has a band. It's like, cool, because normally the people are soloist, and that's the end of that. But holy Jesus, they probably just talk about the same one thing. Then it's like, oh, it's so weird that you're women, guys. Guys, look at that. Have you heard? Isn't this weird?
What's up?
I love this. We have chat on the wall.
Hey, how do I know when to stand up for my female friends or when they can?
This is so cool. This is fucking disgusting, bro. Oh, call in. Did they veto this guy? Do they vet anyone? Because, like, holy shit. Double check before you let these calls in. They're also ridiculously distracting. What a mind fuck this is. Oh my god, I can't stand this shit, bro. Interviews. Alright. We found something new on the internets, man.
I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, and that actually there was a Dumbledore quote that really impacted me when in the last book when Harry's kind of like, but Dumbledore, is this all happening in my head? And Dumbledore is like, of course it's happening in your head. But
OCD she mentions. I know ADHD. I knew OCD by just like, oh, if there's something odd in the pattern, it throws you off. But this is fucking different. Person has uncomfortable reoccurring thoughts. Reoccurring thoughts. Behaviors. Urge to repeat over and over again. It has nothing to do with patterns being annoying. It's thoughts. Is this just fear? Unwanted thoughts and fears. You can call this OCD, but technically, again, like, popular kids have to struggle with fake mental shit that they can fix technically. Because, like, still emotionally, it's very difficult to be popular, I would imagine. And there's so many things you have to do. And when you slow down, you realize how crazy it is. I imagine. And how needy other people are of you to be popular now that they have the image of you and stuff like that. So that's interesting. But yeah, basically it's just the voices, alright? That's the description of the voices. OCD. Should have been renamed OCD instead. Because, reoccurring thoughts, that's the idea. But, like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sorry. Uncomfortable, it's not a big of a deal, dude. And, again, that's technically a mental illness that Earth people supposed to have. Then, what about depression, though? Maybe depression is on the other side of Earth. For, depression plagues, what is it? The extroverts. Extroverts are willing to do crazy things, but essentially they're also prone to lose their resources much faster, or lose their sense of sanity. And if they're not doing things slow enough, if they're doing way too crazy things, then they become depressed because, like, oh, nothing's working anymore if I do that thing. I don't want to be an introvert. I don't want to sit in my room, have to touch grass all the time, man. Grass is... I'm super giga chad, bruh. So, when depression hits, and you can see that in Selena, she starts... Now is overweight, technically. Now she looks kind of, bloated. It's not really cool view to look at. But that's what depression does. It turns you into a food eater, for sure. Depression, because you have nothing to do. You sleep and you eat. It rips off all the meaning in your life. That's what depression is. Because you just ran out of all the crazy things you can do that would make you feel, first of all, needed, interconnected, all that stuff. We Earth people get incredibly damaged by loneliness. Incredibly... Because they have a hard time making friends, but when I make a friend, I will try to keep that and grow the relationship as best as I can. It's just making friends is really difficult. So, you do care what other people say, and those recurring thoughts and uncontrollable is just you trying to hold on to those relationships. That's, I believe, what OCD means in reality. You just hanging on to relationships, because otherwise you wouldn't give a fuck what people say. You wouldn't have thoughts that you under a threat of like losing something. I don't have none of this shit. Alright? Because I stopped caring. I just do my thing. You know? Types of OCD. What about symptoms? Cleaning and hand washing. I actually do that weird idea of just rubbing my hands. Hoarding. Asking for reassurance. Where's the food stuff? This is just roaming around. It's depressing crap. I don't... What? I can't recognize any of this shit. Thinking neutralizing thoughts. I don't get it. Ordering and rearranging the... I don't get it, bro. This makes no sense to me, bro. Types. Symmetry or order, OCD. Hoarding OCD. Contamination. What the fuck? I can sort of this was the one that's like widespread. Yeah, it's something to look into. I'm not gonna go too deep. The way this, I can relate to that, but this, I don't get it. I need a story of this. What does the image has to say? Doesn't have control over your life, but the doctor will. Obsession, basically. Yeah. That's how you break down this word. You just think about obsession. Obsession about particular things. Alright, so hoarding is... Collecting could turn into hoarding if it's disorganized or just feels like, well... But I still don't know how you can describe something as hoarding. Like, I've never really seen that. This is so rare, right? So it's annoying. Hoarding, bro? Jesus. Okay, let's continue. The only time you hoard is when you're a YouTuber and you receive packages, man. That's when you hoard. That's the only time I've seen it, dude. I swear. So OCD is very confusing. Besides that, you're obsessed with relationships. That's my best guess, alright? Obsessed to keep your relationships. And every single threat, it matters a lot. It's like, you don't want to lose the person. And when my friend found a girlfriend, I was like still obsessed to like keep the friend around. Like obsessed to keep the pattern in order. Because that changes, like, when changes come, normally other people make changes, not me. I gradually make changes because I'm just... I just appear lazy, you know, but I'm actually dealing with a lot of problems all at once, and I want to make sure that the change I make is perfect, so it's just gradual change. But when other people do it, holy shit, it breaks you. They cut off relationship out of nowhere. You don't know what to do, now you're in trouble. They can get angry, or too emotional. That's That's the cutoff. And when they cut off the relationship, they just leave and forget you, basically. You can't do nothing, bro. Nothing. You can't go around, talk to your friend, talk to your friend, talk to me. Behavior. That doesn't work. It's ridiculous. Those kind of changes, man, are terrifying. Because you never know when they're gonna come. Anyways. And also obsession is like, I want more and more and more. That also can shut the person down. It's just you never really know when that thing happens.
Of OCD, depression, anxiety, and I
Trifecta, though. Not a square. It always has to be 4. And I fear that even obsession might not be Earth's personality trait, unfortunately. And whatever I just said it could just be false. I don't want to go too deep. I have to put this in a torn category where I discuss things. I try to break them down. They're neither bullshit or... These are just questions that I have. And it's not easy to answer. Because, like, only Earth. Can Earth people have anything? Or any mental problems? It's kind of a separate thing, actually. But yeah, like, I don't think Earth people need hoarding. Like, they don't need problems. That's the whole point. Hoarding sounds like fire thing. And just like everything sounds like fire thing in that case. Being obsessed and then cry about it when you lose it. When you lose something. I don't know, bro. I don't understand the thing, though. I just found those two things and that's it. And then perfection when there's a problem. Like, I don't really care. I never cared about patterns that much. Until I did this, and like, I want to make sure that everything is clean. I cleaned up the buttons and everything. But I don't care that much. As long as nothing is completely off. Nothing feels wrong. I have to like shift this in the very middle. This seems a little bit too high than the center. But it doesn't bother me. So I don't know, man. It just touched on the subject and it just confused me even more. I probably should stop watching interviews now. Forever. Yeah, the conclusion is that I'm making my mind up about OCD or anxiety and depression. And when she shows the trifecta, it's not your fault. Alright? Also, OCD is what Lily Pons has. She's also, I think, sister material. And she talked about it. And I forgot everything about it. It would be a revisit moment, I would believe. But no, it's those 3 things. OCD sounds like sadness, by the way. And then depression sounds like, oh, you're having so much fun. But when the fun is over, you're depressed. Like, when the party's over, it's a depressing point of view. If you have a little bit of brain. But all these 3 things can be used against you. And if you accept it as if you have that mental illness, there is another mental illness called being a fucking fool. All right, being fooled is also a mental illness, and that's the reality that she lives in. Technically, I could be fooled. I feel like I'm being fooled very often, to be honest. But I'm trying to like break it down and call out the bullshit. But I still have to like change and try harder and harder things, more and more complicated, level myself up in the way I interact with people. It's not gonna be easy, man. But I just have to do it. And again, I'm surrounded with silence. People kind of just like waiting for me to do something. I don't know, bro. So being fooled is the fourth one, and it's the one. It's almost like people detect whether you are a smart person, and they try to fool you. They try to outsmart you, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it works simply as just like, oh, you have this disorder, whatever. All right. Well, now I'll keep the OCD in my mind when I talk about also OCD, right? Overly obsessed. Taylor Swift encourages people to look for Easter eggs, to be obsessed about the music she releases or anything she shows on social media, which is so stupid. So stupid to encourage that. But now you see OCD is not our trait, not smart people's trait. Being fooled is a whole nother world. We figured that one out. Congrats. And so the voices are trying to fool you. That's the whole point. Man, this is some cool stuff. I'm glad I dated. All right. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't want people to lie to me. I don't want people to take advantage of me, and I want to remain honest. So I expect other people to be honest too, but when they're thirsty for power, they're not gonna do that. All they're gonna try and do is fucking fool me. Right now, because I don't have friends, I live in shadows. I don't even know if I can be fooled necessarily. I don't even know, bro. But to know this concept now, to break it down finally, yeah, pretty cool thing. I guess Chrissy takes a lot of credit for that. Just mentioning OCD and like, isn't that just a rearranging thing? Where something feels off? No, it's completely different? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, bro. Yeah, and when she shows the triangle that have all three, and I was like, oh man, you're getting fooled real bad. That is a problem. By all three. But I believe when you're popular, you get a lot of attention. And again, the audience try to manipulate you, which is interesting. But everyone contributes to manipulation in their own way. It's weird. I can't really detect it that easily, because I knock them out really quickly now. I don't know. You can only be fooled when you're social, maybe. But yeah, I still have to think about I found something new now to think about for sure. Yeah, I hate when I can't make up lyrics whatsoever, bro. I can't hear shit. It's like half rock, man, and half nonsense lyrics, man. And like I would have to look here where sometimes lyrics are missing, as you can tell. This pisses me off, man. Song loses so much meaning if I can't hear it. I can hear that one, and then I can't hear anything at all. Why? Why so loud, bro? It's so annoying. That's so funny. Also, it's funny that she basically fooled Kurt in a way, but like Kurt allows these random women to just take the cake basically. This is the only song I didn't listen to. This is the only song that kind of fell off. And she doesn't like look pretty in a thumbnail, I guess. That's kind of the point. I don't know. But it's still not far away from the most popular stuff. Every time she showed up, she would show up very fucking high. It's right there. And there's no flops. Not a single song was a flop. Obviously, this was like old stuff. But it's still kind of crazy, man. Like, some of the old stuff did way worse. Way worse. 12 years. Just broke the meta. Jesus Christ. You got fooled. But I don't know who got fooled, you know? Like, she should just claim those videos for herself in a way. I don't know. So confusing. Well, I'll just pretend that she owns the channel, so nobody's fooled. See, I fix things easily. I cannot get fooled. But I can get fooled the moment you put too much social pressure on me. That's it. Then I lose it. There was a case in UK when someone asked me for money. I gave them a little bit, they gave it back, and then they asked for more, and then I gave it to them. And then that was the end of story. I couldn't possibly get it back. That was a lot of money too. And I felt a deep regret. I learned my lesson. Then I got fooled for real. Never to trust strangers to begin with, and only pay for what it's worth, basically. But at the same time, it's like, if I value money, if I'm struggling with money, giving money to someone else, that's a stupid idea. That's just stupid. You can buy services, you can buy friendship. You cannot just give money. That's technically just illegal, immoral, and stupid. I even did the medication thing in this video. Because I'm just ranting constantly. I just woke up and it's like, fuck me. It's so problematic. And it's like, yeah. And a lot of people get fooled. And if I get fooled, it's the worst thing. If I get fooled, a person with a big brain gets fooled and gets into a lot of problems and wastes time and resources. Man, I can't help humanity anymore. It becomes a struggle. I lose future if I get fooled. I don't just get mental illness. No, my future is immediately affected. Because I have little tolerance for getting fooled. I cannot make a song about it, you know? Yeah, like Almost Forgot sounds normal. There's no rock. There's no rocks blocking her voice, basically.
I almost forgot.
See, that's cool.
To let it go.
It's just small bass sound, and this one.
Wish I could say I'd do anything to be yours in the end. Just take a while.
It's just noise. At some point, this rock background just noise. Not musical at all.
There's something beautiful hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, I'm hiding. Not actually hiding. It's just people can't find shit in the shadows anymore. Meaning that the shadows are pretty fucking big. And people don't care so much. Fascinating. People are so comfortable with their lives. As if the system is working flawlessly. Yeah. And when it doesn't, you just turn down notifications. You just leave the conversation. And now it's great life again. But you, at the same time, you have to sacrifice friendships and connections. And subscriptions. Oh, it's tough, man. Yeah, the reason why other people want you to be fooled is because they themselves are stupid and they're being manipulated, and they know that they don't really care to have brains, so you might be able to be emotionally manipulated and that way fooled, whereas like, I don't have brain and I don't need brain, neither do you. Brain is for stupid people or whatever. It's like, it's basically an attack on you. Another form of manipulation that turns into mental illness if you cannot handle it. It does. You are a fool now. If you have suffered emotionally for too long. Another compulsive disorder, as I know, obsession. It becomes a disorder when you break up with someone, but now you're like, you have these patterns that are still left over that you can't get over anymore. Usually after a breakup, you can start overeating or some bullshit like that. Because you're just trying to distract yourself from feelings, or you can't control yourself, or just there's some leftover feelings, and you or habits that turn into this weird disorder thing. So yeah, it's definitely not anything else but fire personalities, those who burn bridges. I'm just not sure about the wind personality being depressed. That's kind of new to me. I would always put depression in green. But now we know better, guys. We know better. Wait, what? This was 2020. And I put psychopathy, paralysis, but I never really put depression and anxiety together any more times. Which is weird. Because I just did. I don't know, bro. Paralysis? OCD's paralysis? What? I would never say that. Unless I watched the Lily Pons thing. What the fuck is this? Too funny, I said. Europe is depressed. No way, bro. No way. China is depressed. They can barely open their eyes because it's like they're half asleep. That's how depressed they are. Yeah, we solved everything, bro. Except the OCD. We'll have to solve that one. And Europe. Okay. Still, I search for anxious. Fuck. It's too complicated to find these things. Alright, so I put together this thing. The creation of mental illnesses. I had to actually flip these together. But what I recognize as a pattern is when I was doing this thing. Obsession compulsive disorder, which is annoying. Why would you put compulsive when it kind of means the same thing? Irresistible or whatever. Too interesting, exciting. Irresistibly. I would say excitement, dude. Or just irresistible. I don't know, man. But the idea is to focus on one thing, basically get kind of addicted to one thing, but you can't relax. You cannot be like, when something goes down, when that thing becomes corrupted, you can't just quit. It's kind of like having a spot in authority. And that's what makes you a bad person, basically. Doing a bad job if you cannot relax. Relaxing and chilling is the wind's superpower. So if you lose your superpower, you're a terrible person. And same goes with being fooled, because you're supposed to be smart, but you're getting fooled all the time, and now you're not smart anymore. You cannot put smart as your label. Everything is entangled and confusing. You can't see patterns anymore in order to make sense of things. Maybe depression and anxiety also have to be flipped. I don't know. It's very complicated. But I think that's the pattern that I like the most. Alright, let's see what else we can find. Pretty all the time. If love is blind, why do I have to be pretty all the time? Love is a lot of things. People just say love is blind. But it's funny. You got fooled again. No. No, love is not blind. What? What? The only time love is blind is when I'm texting someone. And I really just don't care how they look like. I don't care how they look like. But normally I do care. Like, geez, I want the expensive one, not the cheap model. They can't take care of themselves and look decent and know what beauty is about. Never had spend time looking beautiful. You know, but that's fine. I can do whatever. But yeah, she says, she indicates that she gets a lot of pressure to be pretty in this song. And everyone gets that pressure because that's the easiest thing to do. Love is more of a spark to get you hooked, basically. And visual representation of things is the easiest way to do it. That's it, you know. That's why I answer your stupid question that you created a song over it.
You swear you're gonna leave, I wish you would.
Wish you wouldn't get fooled. Alright, the last one, blindfolded. I don't know what to expect, even though, like, it's kind of obvious I am blindfolded or whatever. But it's probably gonna hit pretty hard. We'll see, man. How the fuck did I miss all the good stuff, though? I liked more songs. We checked that, we checked Gravity. Almost forgot. Yes, yes. Alright. I don't know then. Blindfolded has... This song has to be evaluated for sure. So let's see if we did a good enough job understanding. It's the final song. The end of the video. Finally. I want to run blindfolded. Jesus Christ. I wish I know less. Just go back to bed. Man, that's shit, man. That's ultimate foolery, man. I want to run blindfolded. Because love is blind? Why? Why? I don't want to know anything anymore. does some weird shit. Reality's been okay, man. I think I decoded. The idea is like she's stuck somewhere. I don't know what the fuck is the start here. Nothing. I don't get it, but it's almost like everything is full of shit, man. And I need to let it go. Wish I could let it go, whatever. And then to run blindfolded to escape this. I can't stand. Should be running free. It can happen. Especially if you take too many responsibilities. And it's not working out or whatever. I don't know. It seems like it's a person who's in a terrible place and needs to escape. Is being fooled all the time, boys. And in order to not be fooled, yes, you might want to be blindfolded while you slowly escape. I wouldn't call the running. Escape would be better word.
Help, the only thing he ever did was help me destroy myself.
Oh, that's cute. Alright. So the most important point is that if anything is juicier in capitalism is to fool smart people to work for you for less, for the minimum, dude. That's the one. And I don't know, bro. It's kind of stupid to do that. So I'm not sure how that works. You would rather like try to fool rich people, not smart people. And not all rich people are smart. I don't know. There's definitely something to think about. It was cool. Nothing outstanding though. I didn't find anything great or new. Maybe I didn't listen well enough. I don't know, bro. I'll double check. Alright. 3,000 went 10 places up with this date. I'll try to think about this if I can find some insights. This is it, man. I even feel like I would need to actually flip anxiety and depression, even though, why would I do that? Yeah, anxiety already stuck into the blue like it's crazy. It just potentially means something else. And as I describe it, it's like people laughing and judging you, and you feel like you cannot be yourself. You have to laugh at yourself too in order to escape. Or you have to do what you're told and be a zombie. Basically, 2 outs. Self-destruction or being a zombie. Embracing your monster self. That's anxiety. And depression is like very often associated with sadness and inability to do things, not having resources. But most of the time, like, this is an attack from the other resource. Like, getting fooled is, I don't know. Interesting. It's just very interesting. I have no conclusions yet. This is completely new, but that's the coolest thing. If I get anything new to think about, we have done something great. And I got rid of depression, guys. Now I just need to not get fooled. Which is funny, because I got fooled with depression in this case. That I thought I would have it. Yeah, of course you have depression when you lose all the options. Just smart people not supposed to lose all the options. But I live in shadows, so technically it was kind of possible. But the funny thing is I was living in shadows of my dad. So because you're still dependent on other people, sometimes you can be. And I was dependent on my dad because I didn't have too many connections in UK. Maybe that was the real depression. It's like now I'm cut off, and it wasn't my fault that I was depressed. Just not my fault. Because I solely trusted my dad to take care of most things for the most part, and then I can handle everything myself, right? He could have checked up on me and checked if everything is working and explain things. I don't know, bro. Before I get in trouble. Oh yeah, that's some cool stuff. But I have drained everything, and I don't know if I'm gonna come back to visit Chrissy anytime soon. Alright, see you guys next time.